Welcome back to another Elmore Family adventure. Hello. Today we are doing a little sit down video and we are going to be talking about some of our favorite things about the EPCOT festivals in the first half of the year. So EPCOT Festival of the Arts and EPCOT's Flower and Garden Festival that happened, I think it's like January to the end of February and then March all the way through May. And that's when those take place. And while we talk about some of our favorite things and things we're looking forward to since we've never been to Flower and Garden, we're gonna paint these little things. So these are the little statues that we won. Well, we did the like finding figment painting activity around the world, and this is the redemption gift you get at the end. So hopefully you can see our little work area a little bit here, and we're gonna go ahead and open these up before we start yapping about everything. My Goofy's nose popped off. Oh no! No, Goofy! Well, how'd Mickey come out?
Those are the ones you could choose from that we looked at.
Figment was not available at the redemption station we
It was already gone.
went to, but I'll just paint it separately and then glue
we'll
it.
glue it on with some super glue, some crazy glue.
All right, we did get this stuff 2 years ago.
No, last year.
2023? Yeah, okay, last year. Oh, I was like, this paint might be dry. So yeah, 2023. Okay, cool. So just 1 year ago.
So this year, instead of going to the Festival of the Arts, we're going to Flower and Garden. So that's why we're doing last year's. But
Yes.
I think they're probably the same.
They're very similar. I think most of the time they keep the menus close to the same with some new items here and there. But yeah, for the most part, it's pretty close to the same. And I think by the time this video goes up, there's going to be 1 weekend or 1 week left of Festival of the Arts. So if you're going that last week,
My paint's still good.
oh yay.
So
Okay, awesome. So I think the first thing to talk about, we'll start with Festival of the Arts, of course. And I think the first thing is talking about what all is included with Festival of the Arts and what we like about it. And then we'll go deeper into like the certain foods and I guess maybe some of the really special things about Festival of the Arts. First, I want to say it was our first time ever last year going to that festival, and I really enjoyed it, especially with the aspect of all of the art booths all around World Showcase. They had Thomas Kinkade, like full-on statue booths and pop art stuff, which is super unique to that festival in particular. I struggle to get these paints open.
the food is kind of themed towards, art with all kinds of different colors, and the way that the plates are laid out is very artsy and pretty. A lot of color. They put a lot of color.
Very Food Network chopped, kind of like fancier.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, they're all professionally plated with all the festivals. Like, it's not just cafeteria food or anything, but this is especially like, I don't know, fancy schmancy.
And everything is colorful. So every dish you get has some aspect of color splashed in it.
Definitely. They also have the chalk art. We didn't see a whole lot when we went. I don't know if it's just the path we took, but all kinds of art on the ground, chalk art. And they also have special character art, like in the different pavilions, and like with the backwards waterfall. Like they had the Phantasmic Mickey, and in like the England or UK section, they had like Robin Hood, and in Italy they had Luca and things like that, which is also special to that festival?
They had, you know, a lot of famous paintings that you could step inside and get your photos made.
Photo ops.
Yeah, the photo ops all around different places around the park. You could, you know, step into an famous art piece and have your photo made.
Yes.
And then, of course, they had the big murals that everybody could paint.
Oh, the paint by
squares on.
numbers. Yeah,
the
that's
paint by
like
numbers. That was
maybe one of the really special interactive things that you can do at that time. And you get a free bookmark with the completed piece on it. And then too, it's like what color you're gonna get, where you get to paint, and you kind of try to match where you painted to what it'll look like in the big picture and that kind of thing. Super special. And then I think that's the majority of the smaller, or not smaller, just aspects of that festival that really make it its own. And then you go to the food booths.
Oh man, Disney has really got, I think, the patent on how to do festival foods for the different festivals.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to go and try different things that, you know, you might not ever get to try anywhere else.
And for a decent price too. Obviously, some things are overpriced.
Huge, right? But it's not huge portions. So you know, I don't like this, and you know,
It's
I only
not a big
paid
loss.
$8. So, you know, at least I can still try stuff that I normally wouldn't try, without fear that I'm, you know, wasting a lot of money. And it really is world-class food.
Definitely.
For the most part. There are some things that were disappointing.
Yeah. And it may be just like the time we go to. Like, I feel like a lot of pass holders, they'll go back and try something again, like the next week or even the next day, and it'll be a different tasting experience for them. So, you know, sometimes it just depends on the day. In regards to Festival of the Arts, some of my favorite dishes, and these are some that may come back year after year, may not, is the deconstructed dish. That booth in particular had the deconstructed key lime pie. So delicious. And then the deconstructed French onion soup that year. I don't think they had it this year. But oh my word, I loved both of those so much. They were just so tasty. And it's fun, like, putting together a bite as well. A little bite of key lime, a little bite of the fruit and everything like that. Another one of my favorites was, we had it at the same time, was the Pop Eats booth, because I love a good grilled cheese.
Oh, and the tomato soup.
Yes.
Really good. The only thing I was disappointed about is they advertised it with a can. But by the time when we went, they didn't have any cans left. So it was just in a bowl. But I mean, it still tasted good. I kind of wanted it in a can.
I want to take a picture with it.
But that didn't happen. But it was really tasty. It was really good. Not quite as good as Woody's Lunchbox, but it was still really good. I would get it again.
And I feel like that was one of the better price things. At least when we went, it was like a pretty hefty grilled cheese plus tomato soup, and I think it was like $6. At least the grilled cheese tomato one was. What were some of your favorites?
So, I don't remember. Let me see, where was that? The wild mushroom risotto was one of my favorites at Gourmet Landscapes.
Yeah.
That stuff tasted so
I could have had another bowl of that.
good. Yes.
Another interesting one was, not that it was super good, but I think it was around the same time we got the risotto, was the bone marrow.
Oh yeah, that was the same booth.
So a lot of people hated that, but besides it being a little salty, I liked it. And it's just one of those super weird things that, like, you probably wouldn't try anywhere else.
Yeah, the texture is weird. It's kind of rich.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
But the texture, I think, the texture and the salty
is what you
kind of my.
What did you?
I didn't care for it, you know.
And again, super different than like Food and Wine Festival. Mm-hmm. That one's more like, I feel like classic dishes and
it's more themed around, I think,
the countries,
the country,
the countries themselves.
The countries themselves.
Which you may lose a little bit of at Festival of the Arts. You still have a bit of it.
Yeah.
But it's just not as focused, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, that purple sure ain't showing up too well.
It does not. It's
pretty.
It's like really light.
I can't see. More like a light lavender hue.
Like a lavender wash.
Yeah.
Instead of paint.
That's fine.
Some more of my favorites. So I like the risotto. The rainbow cake.
Oh, Figments. Oh, and that's the other thing, is it's
really good.
Festival of the Arts is centered around like figment and, you know, figment of your imagination, using creativity and that kind of thing. So Figment is the main star. He has his own like pavilion, and that's where that rainbow cake is. That's where the infamous grape smoothie was.
Ugh.
That tasted
bad.
like medicine. Like, you don't ever want to try that again.
But, you know, you could try it.
Yeah, why not?
Just, you know, be aware. We did get to keep the cup. It comes in a cup with Figment on it.
True.
Figment face. So, you know, a souvenir.
Weighing out the pros and cons.
Yeah.
And so he's everywhere. He's on the merch, which I was a little upset about the time that we went, because I thought, like, you know, it's all colorful and light. Everything was like themed black with like a little pop of color like this. I was like, don't get me wrong, I love a good black shirt. However, I was kind of thinking of Festival of the Arts, like, this is like light, colorful, you know, even if the dark color is still blue. That's kind of what I was thinking. So I was kind of like, but here we go. But at the same time, I kind of took it as, well, now I won't spend as much money on merchandise. And I guess that's a good segue into Flower and Garden, which we'll be going to, I think it will be the third week of that festival. So hopefully everything is kind of running smoothly. It's not like the fresh opening weekend or the last weekend like we did for Festival of the Arts. It was the last full weekend of that festival when we went. It was crazy. Yeah, Flower and Garden. I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Some of the main things for Flower and Garden are most obviously the topiaries. So full sculptures of characters and things made out of plants and horticulture. And I'm so excited. I'm excited for a Tiana. Like last year, they had a huge Tiana in the America Pavilion. And she was gorgeous. I hope they have her again.
I'm excited about that. And then also, I'm excited about the butterfly exhibit that they have, where you can go in and walk amongst the butterflies.
That is super special.
And they have butterflies in all stages of the life cycle. So that's going to be cool to see.
And then also with the, you know, you learn about the butterflies, the butterfly life cycle, how to grow a garden that brings in butterflies and things like that. During the course of the whole festival and around the park, they'll have other kind of informational, not programming, but kind of signs and things that tell you how to grow, I don't know, gardens, or how to, community gardens, or how to grow a certain flower. It's all very, I feel like this one is super informational, which I'm kind of excited about that, because because we know we're not good at growing stuff.
I can kill anything.
She got a black thumb, not a green thumb.
Yes, I try so hard, but it just does not.
So maybe we'll take a few things away from this trip, hopefully. The main, so Figment is for Festival of the Arts. And for Flower and Garden, it's, okay, I think it's a mix between Orangebird and I think his name is Buzz the Bee. Because I think Buzz is what you look for like on the map, kind of like you do for Remy and Figment. But Orangebird is kind of like on all the merchandise.
Yeah.
So I think it's a toss-up between those two little characters for Flower and Garden.
Yeah, Orangebird I think is the iconic face of Flower and Garden.
Yeah.
And
Buzz just kind of fits in.
Bugs
Bunny.
Buzz is just kind of like, Remy is. He's just part of it.
And I think, I don't know if this is every year, but I know last year for Flower and Garden, Snow White was on a bunch of stuff too.
Oh.
So I don't know if that's every year or if that was just like a special year for Snow White. Because it was the 100 years.
It was, yeah.
So maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll find out.
Of course, the food.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the food and the drinks. And all and it's got like all of the drinks and the food are kind of based around somehow about vegetables and floral.
Floral and fruit.
And fruit. Yeah.
All things that grow. And obviously also too, like springtime, freshness, maybe even a focus on impossible things, like we said, like vegetables. That also, goes into like the meats or meat substitutes.
Oh yeah. Every booth has some kind of
like impossible
meat substitute, which now it's really popular in all the other festivals now to have some kind of plant-based food in each one of the little
menus.
pavilions in the menus, because a lot of people don't eat meat. Now they don't have vegan options in everything yet, but
And I think on Festival of the Arts, they had the Walk of Colorful Cuisine. This one, they have which is you buy certain items at booths and you get a stamp marked in your little guidebook, and you get so many stamps, and then you get like a free cookie and smoothie. Well, for Festival, doing these back and forth. Flower and Garden Festival, they have the Garden Graze. Now that I think is the same thing, but for things that are only not vegan, but
plant-based.
I don't know, plant-based or vegetarian, something of that manner. I think is how that kind of, or that they focus on that for what counts. And everything's marked too, like if it counts for the Garden Graze. And so we're going to see what they give out. I hope it's like a Dole Whip or something.
They have all kinds of special Dole Whip things in the food line.
Oh no! Did you get on your shirt?
No, I had already wiped it off, but get up with my toes.
Oh my gosh! What were we talking about?
Sorry. All the special Dole Whips that they have.
Oh yeah.
They have like a mango and
tangerine. That all sounds good. But in particular, I think some of the foods I'm most excited about are, number one, the citrus shrimp from, I forget which booth it was, but it was from last year too. And so I definitely want some scrimps that are sweet and tangy. And then also the honey booth has all kinds of honey and a nitro blasted mascarpone cheesecake that I'm excited to try.
It has honey on honey on honey on honey.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for that.
I know Aubrey's gonna be definitely wanting some of that. She loves honey.
Honey, honey, honey.
There was a lot of good looking drinks.
And it's definitely kind of geared in the direction of mine and Mom's taste of drinks, because they're going to be fruity, like fruit wines, fruit ciders, fruity cocktails. Like, that's right up our alley.
Yep.
The one thing that isn't, though, is there's quite a few with gin, which...
Not that big on gin.
Gin isn't always our friend, so we'll see. We'll see. We might try one or two just to see if...
Yeah. If it's not too
anything
strong.
Changed.
If it doesn't taste like Pine-Sol. Like we're licking a pine tree. Another thing that I like about these festivals is they do a lot of they get a lot of drinks from local breweries, and they also have like the Florida Orange Wineries or something like that, Orange Blossom Winery or something like that.
That's where a lot of those fruity drinks are going to come from.
So that's really cool to get to taste a lot of the local winery and distilleries and breweries.
We're going to be getting a lot of flights. I can already tell you that.
Yeah, because there's too many good looking things on the menu.
Careful.
Oh, scared me. I don't think I've painted since my eyes have gotten so bad. Yeah.
It doesn't help that it's on a very small surface. Oh, he's going to look so scary. I'm trying to do his pupils and it's...
I'm saving that for last. And if I do much painting, I'm going to have to get me one big.
I know.
A big magnifying glass.
This next trip, when we go to EPCOT, it's also going to be our first trip there that they now have the Moana section open and the center of EPCOT with all the walls down. And I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting.
Because those walls have been
up forever.
I am a little nervous about the weather for the end of March. Might be on the side of blistering hot.
Or it could be freezing cold.
Yeah, I guess you don't really know, huh?
We don't really know. We went last year. Of course, it was February, but it was supposed to be, mild, and it turned out cold.
Well, it was like kind of fine during the day. It
was still chilly.
It was like breezy chilly.
The mornings were cold, and the nights were cold.
The nights got real cold. I don't know if you could tell in our video where we were at Rose and Crown, but man, we were
shivering.
At least they had heat lamps there, which was nice. And we're getting somewhere with him. And the pupils aren't too bad.
Oh, he's looking cute.
Not so shabby.
It all looks really good. There's someplace... I tell you what. So I'm going to tell you one of my most disappointing areas or booths.
Okay.
And the reason that I get disappointed at this booth is because I love Italian food. I really love Italian food, but I have not been to a food and wine festival or the Festival of the Arts where the Italian pavilion or the Italian foods stands were good. I have been so disappointed. But we are going to try it for this one. They have something that... You have a pasta that might work. It might be okay. But yeah, that's one of the most disappointing.
It's one that you kind of test every single time.
Yeah, because you don't...
Maybe
you keep
this
hoping
time
it's going to get better. But so far, it has not.
Well, I guess we shall see then.
But we're going to try it. We'll try and see. Some of the best things, though, just some more off the top of my head. Mm-hmm. I've never been disappointed with the margaritas.
Oh, yeah, Mexico.
From the Mexican pavilion and all the little side hustle things. Or what are those things called? Kiosk?
Yeah, pavilion or
food kiosk.
Yeah, food or booths.
Food booths.
I wonder, what was it this year? Oh my gosh, the Frushi. We haven't talked about Frushi.
Oh, we haven't talked about Frushi.
We have to talk about Frushi. So that is probably one of the most iconic foods of Flower and Garden that like we have to try. Just like the sushi donut of Festival of the Arts, which we also forgot to mention. But those are kind of like iconic for those festivals. And so we're gonna have to try the frushi, which I'm pretty sure we're gonna love. But it does have lychee, so I don't know about you.
Which Anna and I did not try the...
I tried the sushi donut.
You did?
Yeah, because there's a little section of cucumber.
Oh,
that
I don't think I tried it.
I thought you had the shrimp part.
Oh, maybe I did.
I just remember loving the sauces that came with that donut. Yeah, frushi. Fruit sushi. Okay, we're looking forward to the floral margarita. Right? Floral margarita, cherry liqueur, mezcal, hibiscus tea, and lime juice.
Does that not sound good?
Yeah, we're gonna have that. All of the food from the Magnolia Terrace, which is the America Pavilion, the muffaletta, gumbo, and Bananas Foster's bread pudding. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then the beef tenderloin tips on whipped potatoes and garden vegetables from Northern Bloom. Girl, that looks so delicious. I'm so excited for that.
Ooh. This is not looking
looking good.
It is not looking good.
I think Goofy's just about done. I don't know how much more I can help him.
I guess I should finish the body. The black on the body. And then I'm done. I am not an eyeliner putter-oner, and I shouldn't have tried to put it on Mickey.
It's abstract, just like you're supposed to be for Festival of the Arts.
Sorry, Mickey. I messed your face up.
Well, here's my finished no-nose Goofy.
Here's my ugly
Mickey with eyeliner. Oh, goodness.
All right.
Well, we gotta let these guys...
These are tough.
Could you try again?
I'm not going to you.
But definitely love a good Disney festival.
We love Epcot, just in general, too.
They don't even have to have a festival to love Epcot. But,
Yeah.
But that it just makes it extra special to get to try a bunch of new stuff.
Definitely.
So
we're looking forward to Flower and Garden, and if you're going to Festival of the Arts for the last week, have fun and enjoy. Let us know how it goes in the comments below, what you're excited for. And if you're going to Flower and Garden, let us know what you're most excited to try or do at the festival coming up.
Yay!
And just stay tuned for our vlogs, of course, and those will be coming out probably in April, because we'll be going in March. So.
Yes.
So stay tuned for those. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Elmore Family Adventures. And until next time, see y'all later. Bye.